Here's how we generated 168 leads and a 96% ROI for a client in 30 days. If you're watching for the first time, my name's David Coslett. I'm the co-founder of a social media agency based here in Chesterfield. And in the last 12 months, we've supported over 100 businesses get really clear on their marketing plan so it generates them more revenue. One of our long-term clients are a childcare provider. So they offer services like breakfast and after school clubs. They've got nurseries and they do summer holiday academies and February half term, things like that. Once we launched the paid campaign, we got 168 new leads in January, 70 additional leads from December to January. That converted into 40 bookings with an average order value of £85. Giving us an ROI of 96%. But here's the real point. We didn't just turn on ads, we built it properly. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. So the first thing to consider when you're going to look at any paid campaign is, can you get clear tracking? And have you got a system that allows you to do that? So for example, we use our brand new CRM called Hello. We've just launched it. This is our agency CRM that we use with our own systems and processes, which we've now rolled out to clients. So clients get early access to this where they can input their data, their contacts, their opportunities, their pipelines, etc. So when you're looking at paid media or paid ads, you really want a clear tracking system. So something like a CRM, somewhere you can store data, contacts, anything like that, because you want to be able to measure and track the data basically. So if somebody fills in a form and gives you their email address, their mobile number, or any information like that, you've got it going somewhere secure like a CRM. The second thing is to get really clear defined conversion points. So what I mean by that is, if we invest £1,000 into ads, what does a good result look like? What is an ROI on that? What do we want to see happen? What are the goals, for example? And in this case, it was clear bookings, right? ROI generated off that spend for people to book into a holiday academy at half term. Right? So when you're looking at that investment, you've got to think, okay, is this brand awareness? Am I just going to get reach? Is that what I want? Am I getting leads? Do I want people's information, data, because they're filling in a form? Or do I want traffic to the website or actually purchase or ROI from somewhere else? So what's the goal of your campaign, yeah? If you're going to invest in ads, that needs to be really, really clear before you spend any money. The third thing we look at once we've got those in place is your messaging aligned to urgency. So there's got to be a reason for somebody to fill something in or to look at a website or to fill in a form, okay? Because these people are time poor. Anybody scrolling on social media, they're seeing 10,000 ads a day. It's ridiculous how much you're getting advertised. So you really need to capture their attention with something that's urgent. Why do they need to do this now? Right, what's the urgency behind it? And our message was around limited spaces, limited spots available. The countdown is on, the deadline is coming. Yeah, so it's looming. February half term happens soon. So there's an end point to that, which means they need to register now to get in. The next thing you want to think about is then your budget aligned to the capacity that you have. All right, so you as an individual, you might only have a certain amount of capacity in terms of how many people you can work with, how many you can service, etc. Okay, so just like with this campaign, there was a budget aligned to capacity. So we knew how many spaces we had left to fill and we targeted the budget around that. You can do exactly the same thing. I'm looking for 5 business owners is a campaign that I've ran over the last 8 weeks for people wanting to work directly with me. You can apply the same message. And then finally, it's really important to have a follow-up process ready before launch. So before you spend any money, you have all of these things ready before you press go, right? This is a campaign. This is how we build campaigns before we spend any money. When you've got a follow-up process in place, it basically means you can nurture the leads that you get, or if somebody visits the website, something next is going to happen, or they're going to get an email, they're going to get a text message. Yeah, there's a follow-up process. So you're going to have stages for when people see stuff and when stuff happens. You can do the same with your ad campaigns, right? So ad campaign number 1 for this example was cold, completely cold, right? Nobody's ever heard of them before. It's a brand new audience, okay? Campaign number 2 was going to be warm because maybe they've been to the website or they've clicked on an ad or they've opened a form or they've not filled it in or if they've watched a video for 3 seconds. You can retarget all of these people so they're slightly warmer. They recognize you. Yeah, and then final, campaign number 3 is going to be a retargeting campaign for anybody that's been to that dedicated landing page. So maybe they've been to the landing page, but they haven't fully checked out, right? Or they haven't purchased. That's when you're going to loop back in to say, hey, we know you were checking us out. Why haven't you booked yet? Or totally get you're not ready for a call, but here's some things you should consider. Paid campaigns are not a magic fix, but they are a contribution to your success. When you want to increase leads or increase scalability or grow quicker, you're paying for that privilege, right? You pay the campaigns for the privilege to get in front of more people, to reach those target audiences, yeah? That's the privilege when you pay for campaigns. So to wrap this up, marketing should be measurable and it should be easy to do. Right, when you know your numbers and you've got your process in place and you've got a system to track and you know your message to your market, this stuff should be easy to do. So you know if you're going to invest 1,000, 10,000, you know what you're going to get back. That's the important message here, okay? So if there's one thing that you take from this video is get prepared with those systems and the tracking and the message before you spend any money on ads. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the subscribe button because there's plenty more where this came from. And if you're thinking you want some of this success, right, what I talked about with the client that we did, then in the description you can book a call. We can have 45 minutes together on Zoom and I'll talk you exactly through how we've done it and how we can apply it to your business.